Just look how happy we are to finally be embarking on our long anticipated trip to New Zealand from Burlington to Newark with a 5-hour layover, Newark to San Francisco, from San Francisco to Auckland. And although the journey was a long one and we began to look a bit weary, we were re-energized when we glimpsed the beautiful green of New Zealand as we touched down at last in Auckland. Dinner at the top of the Auckland Sky Tower was a treat on our first evening, providing us with 360-degree views of this beautiful city. The next morning, we left Auckland behind, taking a ferry out to Waiheke Island for a beautiful day spent exploring the island by bicycle. We took the ferry back in a storm and enjoyed another night in Auckland. Out on the island, we made our first video for Emma.
Gotta go.
I don't know what we're saying.
Hi, Emma. It's your Nana.
And Gramps.
And guess what? We are smiling on Waiheke Island.
Early the next morning, we headed down to practice on Lake Karapiro in preparation for the races. After practice, we visited Hobbiton, the movie set for the Lord of the Rings movies. The tour began with a visit to the Green Dragon for refreshments. Then we walked throughout the Shire, admiring the scenery. Our timing was perfect to enjoy the late afternoon light. And of course, I made another video for Emma.
Hi, Emma. It's your Nana. I'm having so much fun because I'm at Hobbiton.
The next morning, we had time to explore the town of Rotorua and make a video for Emma.
Hi, Emma. It's your Nana.
And Gramps.
And we're going to say hi to ya from Lake Rotorua.
Rotorua.
The afternoon was packed with several visits to tourist spots around Rotorua. The first stop was a walk among the redwood trees. They are not native to New Zealand, but grow so quickly here in the volcanic soil and wet climate.
Coming around.
And then look up. Oh, wow. Oh, yeah, look at that. Whoa. I'll hold you up, Dean. That is cool.
At the geothermal park, we went on a walking tour of the steaming pools and bubbling mud and geysers, and Mark laid down on the warm steps to relax. Now here's the mud pools. I'm going to zoom in on those. Look at that. Yes. Whoa. Look at how that's bubbling.
Over here.
Emma, hark! We're at a geothermal park with geysers and streams and bubbling mud and steam. Nana and Gramps love you.
In the evening, we were introduced to Maori culture through art, songs, dance, and a traditional barbecue. The evening ended with a walk among the twinkling glowworms in the forest. Very early the next morning, Linda and I attended the International Breast Cancer Paddling Commission Congress. And then in the afternoon, all of the 81 teams from around the world lined up to march in a parade through the streets of Cambridge for the opening ceremonies of the Dragon Boat Festival.
Hi, Emma. It's your Nana. I'm dressed like a sun, having some fun with my friend Switz, and I'm in a parade.
Hi, Emma. Great to see you.
Meanwhile, Mark finally had some days free to go mountain biking. Rotorua is one of the top mountain biking areas in the world, and Mark spent the next few days with a local guide sampling some of the many trails. He was in heaven. We were up with the sunrise to get to the races at Lake Karapiro, and we were able to compete in 2 of our 3 scheduled 500-meter races before high winds put a hold on the competition. and the winds continued into the next day, putting a stop to the races early on that day. The winds didn't stop us, though, from having lots of fun enjoying our time together, making new friends, and soaking in the natural beauty around us. I even had time to get the whole team involved in making a video for Emma.
Hi, Emma. It's your Nana. Ready? We have smiles on our faces because we're at the races. Now show the races. Show the. Thank you. Love you, Emma.
With the Dragon Boat Festival behind us, we headed to the South Island for more adventures and stayed in the beautiful city of Queenstown on the shores of Lake Wakatipu. A cruise on a steamship delivered us to the Walter Peak Farm for a farm-fresh dinner, followed by an amazing demonstration of the skills that Border Collies use to bring in the sheep, and a shearing demonstration as well. Then, on the trip back across the lake, we had our first glimpse of the beautiful stars in the southern sky. Our excursion to Milford Sound in Fiordland National Park was amazing. It's quite a drive to get there, but our bus driver stopped frequently to let us stretch our legs and take in the views and act like tourists along the way. The cruise out into Milford Sound was absolutely spectacular, and the natural beauty of the mountains, the water, the waterfalls, the rainbows, and the wildlife took our breath away. Honestly, it's one of the most beautiful places we've ever seen on Earth. Oh, and we not only took a nice waterfall video, but of course, a video for Emma.
Wow. Hi, Emma. It's your Nana.
And the ramps.
And just look what we found. We're in Milford Sound. It's pretty great. We miss you, Emma.
Glaciers for as volcanoes. Oh yeah. Just the whole. Are you doing a panorama?
We enjoyed the best ramen in the world that night back in Queenstown. A visit to the town of Wanaka wouldn't be complete without a picture of the famous Wanaka tree, and of course a video for Emma.
Look at me.
Look at me.
We're in front of the Wanaka tree.
This region of the world is famous for its Pinot Noir, so we visited Gibson Valley Winery and took a tour of their cave and sampled some of their wine, and then took a nice walk around their beautiful vineyard. On our final day in Queenstown, Mark decided to go on another mountain biking adventure right near the city itself. I walked up out of the city with 3 other friends, and we met up with the Ben Lomond track. We walked all along a beautiful ridgeline together, up, and up, with gorgeous views of the remarkable mountain range and back towards Queenstown to see the lake. It was absolutely stunning, gorgeous weather, and fantastic company. On our final morning in New Zealand, we took a long walk around the gardens of Queenstown, enjoying their beauty, but also giving our legs a chance to stretch out, knowing that we would be on a plane for many, many hours to come as we traveled home to the United States. We were reluctant to leave New Zealand, but we had so many great memories of the people we'd met and the adventures we'd experienced. And when we did arrive home, we were welcomed by a very, very happy kitty cat and by our crocuses and daffodils beginning to poke their heads out.